Hey, this is Kevin with Consumer Reports, and I'm down at my lake, Clearwater Lake, my range, and I'm set up here at 100 yards, and I'm reviewing the Griffin Armament Optimus Suppressor, which you can see here. Now I'm going to shoot the Griffin Optimus and its pistol configuration on my 9mm Beretta Vertec here, threaded barrel. And I'm going to go through, since it's really not a tilt barrel configuration on this Beretta, I purchased this spacer here, and I changed out, took the spring out, and so I'm going to configure the suppressor with the spacer in here, just like that, and set it up and shoot it like that. I'm going to start out by shooting a few rounds. I've got some, I think 147 grain. Just full metal jacket ammunition. Hopefully it should be in the subsonic speed range. So I'm going to shoot it some without the suppressor installed, and then some with the suppressor installed to kind of give you an idea on some of the noise reduction. Here's some 9mm rounds downrange unsuppressed. And so this is subsonic ammunition, and that was coming in at about 983. Get a few more rounds. $1,003. $1,017. Error. 1,022. All right, so shoot a few rounds with the suppressor installed now. Now, here's some rounds with the suppressor installed, the Griffin Optimus, on a 9mm, and get a little velocity data. Hopefully hear some quieter signature. Wow, yeah, that was much quieter. Take my hearing protection off for this. This will probably be pretty good. Alright, so it didn't fully cycle the slide in that direct thread configuration with the spacer installed. So what that means is I'll go back and put the piston spring back inside to see if that makes a difference, if it's required on this particular pistol configuration. Okay, I reinstalled the spring inside the piston booster assembly, and I took that fixed spacer out because it wouldn't fully cycle or eject the round with the fixed spacer in it. And I know that this is the real configuration for a tilt barrel pistol. The Beretta, not being exactly a tilt barrel, I figured I'd try it without the spacer. Now I'm going to give it a try. Try it with the spacer. Now I'm going to give it a try in its original tilt barrel configuration. Let's see what we get. Still cycle it. All right. So that came in at 10:19. There was definitely more noise here at the rear end. So I'm going to make an assumption that it did cycle it. Yep, it did cycle it. And clearly, these are definitely coming in at subsonic levels. They're coming in, I don't know, around 980 feet per second, just under 1,000 feet per second. Most of the noise that you're hearing is really just related to the action of the pistol itself. And anyway, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, there's a lot of noise from the action, and realistically, when you're looking at suppressing any firearm, you're going to get a lot of noise from the action itself. You know, if you're going to suppress something, if you can suppress, you know, a single shot or a bolt action, something along those lines, you're actually going to get a much quieter firearm. You go through and you suppress, you know, these semi-autos, you're going to get noise, and that's just the nature of the beast. This is definitely, you know, definitely quieter. It was more quiet when it wouldn't fully cycle the action with the fixed spacer in there, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose of why you put the suppressor on a semi-auto. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with some 115 grain, you know, just cheap Tula, and get some non-suppressed and suppressed, some data as far as the sound goes. So those rounds are coming in 1150, which based on the temperature that we have right now, it's just over supersonic. $11.72. So yeah, they're coming in at just a hair over supersonic velocity, 1186. Let's get one more. 1188. All right. So I'm going to install this the suppressor here. If I have the coordination to be able to do that. There we go. Obviously, I'm not left-handed. So now we'll fire some rounds with it suppressed. $11.86. Again, it's coming in at suppressed. It's at 1204 at supersonic velocities, but you should be getting an idea of the 1188 and the difference in the noise signature, and that was enough chronograph data. But let me just shoot it over there into the woods here. Let's see here. Yeah, you're clearly hearing the that sonic crack, and you're also hearing a lot of the action. Yeah, most definitely. But you know, I removed my hearing protection, and you know, I don't feel that. I'd say it's hearing safe, but again, you know, I wouldn't subject myself to a lot of rounds like that, because it's still loud, you know, but it's not near as loud as when you shoot without the suppressor installed. All right, I'm going to give 3 quick rounds suppressed, and then I'll go back and give 3 quick rounds unsuppressed. that's one thing that that you learn real quick with the suppressors. Next time I do a lot of reviewing, I'm gonna bring, you know, an oven mitt. All right, so here we go. Now, unsuppressed. Wow. Yep, hearing protection. Gotta have it. There you go. Happens to the best of us, doesn't it? Anyway, you can see there is a huge difference between suppressed and unsuppressed. And again, you know, this review, you know, I don't have the equipment to properly test and actually quote decibel levels, decibel reductions. You know, the Griffin Armament, it's a legit suppressor. They make legit suppressors, and the Military Arms Channel has done some testing, and with some legit equipment, costs, I don't know, around $3,000 to buy the stuff to really sit here and do a true objective test of suppressors. What I'm doing is mainly subjective. You know, I'm giving you my impression, and the video's going to give you some impression. Yeah, when that shot that went off just a second ago without my plugs in, it's like, wow, you know, you kind of forget how loud a gunshot really is. And you know, that's another thing to beware is if you're sitting at the range and you're shooting a lot of suppressed stuff, you know, make sure you put your earplugs in before you go through and take your suppressor off. Anyway, not sure if this is the end of this particular video. If it is, and there's another part, I still have to do some range testing with some rimfire ammunition and rimfire pistols and rifles, but that may be another part because I tend to be lengthy and long. If so, I want to thank you for watching this video, and please like or subscribe or both, and I'll try to keep bringing detailed reviews in the future. Thanks.